Welcome back to Bexbugout Survivor. And a short time ago I promised you I'd show you the top quilt, which is bespoke, handmade for me by a guy. Goes under the name of UK Hammocks, a tarp, and this is the British top quilt. It does compact, quite small, but he's given a generous stuff sack. Now he hasn't given a travel stuff sack, just this. It's just the one he provided. So everything you need for a good summer camp is going into 45 litres and room to spare for clothing. The idea now of being able to have a lightweight camp. Down top quilt, down under quilt. It's not my hyperlight kit. My hyperlight kit is 20 litres, and I haven't got this top quilt. I've got something quite different, but that would be for quite nice weather, such as a heat wave. And we have one of them every 3 years here in the UK, if you're lucky. First things first, I'm just going to throw up the hammock, jump in it, and while we're there we'll have a look at this top quilt. One goose down top quilt, premium down. At least I believe it's premium down. Remove the stuff sack from the top quilt. It's a very, very beautiful outer shell here. He does do it in argon. Absolutely beautiful to the touch. Warms up in seconds. It has a foot box sewn in. There you go. It's folded over and sewn up, and here is where the feet go. Other than that, it's just like a duvet. Pull up over your shoulders. Around your neck is this part here, a loop and a clip, and it stops it falling off your shoulders when you get in. Use it, don't use it, I don't care. It's a really beautiful colour. There's a coyote brown on this website, but it's more like gold. I've ordered 50 grams of overstuff for this, or overfill, and that is about £7 extra a gram, because you're going to lose feathers over time. So that is an extra £14 onto the order. I've waited for this for so long, I forget how much I paid for it. It wasn't cheap. It's down. You're always going to pay for premium, and I'm not getting any younger, and I'm not going to put up with synthetic top quilts, under quilts, things like that, if they're not going to work. So get my feet in here into that foot box, and if I lift this up to the light, you can actually see the down through it. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up. I can see it in patches. I was quite surprised how little of it you got, but in all fairness, I was out with it in the yard at 3 degrees. I was warm enough. I was plenty warm enough. And considering it's a summer bag and I'm filming this in winter, wow, brilliant. Breath is started to vaporise. That is a sign it's getting towards 5 degrees Celsius. Another 5 degrees, we're at freezing point. I'm in my summer top quilt. I can have my arms out behind my head like I usually have, like this, and yet it's still snugged up around my neck. It took weeks and weeks and weeks, months, for me to actually receive this order. I've had this all lofted up, so in a few minutes time it'll be at full loft. Now you're not going to be able to see too much of it. At the moment, just here is something like, it's got to be 4 inches. In the centre where my torso is, it's got to be another 4, maybe 5 inches. I do prefer my 8-foot parachute nylon hammock over any other one I've got, because I can lie straight in it. I don't have to go diagonal to lie straight. I'm not as bananaed as people think I am in this hammock. I've checked the quality of his stitching. It does seem alright, better than I could do. So I'll give him his due. He makes a good quilt. I'd have loved to have seen a travel stuff sack provided, as well as the storage stuff sack. I would have loved to have seen that. I have plenty of stuff sacks. I may choose not to use a stuff sack at all and put the whole lot loose fill into the 45 litre bag there, and actually dial it all in to the hammock, putting the underquilt on, dialing it all in and leaving it on, and then leaving this in the hammock as well and loose feed it all in. And then when I get to camp, I do only have to put it up to the beaners on the tree, and it's all there ready for me. Of course, the standard way people do it is to split them into all the different components and put them into the stuff sacks. If you want to do that, that's fine. I have a dedicated space. The bag itself is dedicated just for insulation. I put nothing else in. Side pockets, I have the stove and the fuel for it, the canteen set, and the water is carried separate. Spare clothing, I put in a dry sack, carry that on the hood. But that's it. The whole space compartment here is dedicated just for insulation. So this is its stuff sack. But here in the UK, we're absolutely mad for separating gear. I don't know why, but we do it. It lofted up really well. It took 10 minutes, less than that, fully lofted. Like I said, I've had it in the old dryer machine. This is a storage stuff sack, and I don't even use that. What I do, I lay it all out flat on my bed, my spare bed, which I have in my bunker room, and that goes the same for my down underquilt. I lay it on my cot bed until such time I'm ready to camp, and I can either put it in its storage bag or travel bag, or in my case, straight loose fill into here, and we're away. That's how it's done for me. So I have my top quilt, bottom quilt, the hammock and everything, all into 45 litres. Now my super lightweight, like I was saying, for really warm summer nights, I wouldn't bring my top quilt. I'll show you actually my hyperlight kit on a separate episode, but that is for really warm weather. It still incorporates the down summer underquilt, but for top layer section, I think that would be too warm. I don't know, I haven't tried it. So I'm looking forward to taking this down system out with the down underquilt, the down top quilt, and this lightweight nature fun hammock in parachute nylon, 8 foot by 4 foot. I don't know what I'm going to do with my polyester hammock thermarest. It doesn't incorporate the underquilt very well. There's ridges and valleys at the gather, and it makes air drafts. So I think that's going to be a pad hammock. Initial impressions, am I happy with his work on the top quilt? Yes. Is it warm? Yes. Was it worth it for the money? And it is a lot of money. I think so. I don't want to go down the road of synthetics. Too heavy, far too bulky. And at my age, I do want to get things light so I can walk further. Anyone younger than me wouldn't mind carrying synthetic weight and the bulk and get away with it being quite cheap. After all, we've all done it when we've started out, but a few years down the track, and I wished I'd have put all the money I bought on synthetics into a pot and just started buying goose down underquilts, top quilts right from the get-go. That's my take on the goose down top quilt from UK Hammocks. The guy doesn't answer his emails. It takes a long time for it to arrive, but it's all bespoke made. If you can put up with a shoddy service, you don't at least get a shoddy product, a pretty good product. But I wish you'd employ a receptionist to answer emails and questions and things like that. I'm going to play about a little more, and this will be all ready for next year's summer camp, which I'm really looking forward to now. Until next time, you take care of yourself. I've been Bex. This has been the Top Quilt by UK Hammocks, and I shall see you soon. Take care. Now all my elements are conjoined. The underquilt, the hammock, top quilt, all into the hammock, and then unconnected straight into my 45 litre pack. There you go. One stuff sack. Get all that nice and loose. Basher's going to be rolled up and placed on top of the storm hood in case it's wet. I'd have a lightweight cook set there, a lightweight canteen the other side there. 2 stuff sacks, not required for me. Stupidly lightweight. That'll carry the stuff sacks in my pocket. Gonna have a swig of Costa coffee. If I do want to compress that down loft into this, it'll sink down to the bottom of the pack, and I could have additional clothing. On a 2-3 day hike, I don't bring that much clothing. I'd have a spare t-shirt, underwear, that's about it. I'd stay in the same jumper, I'd stay in the same trousers. So what if you got them wet? Don't. It's easy. I use Gore-Tex waterproof trousers, and sometimes my rain poncho doubles up as my basher anyway. Almost forgot my tree straps. Now I carry my tree straps in the top pouch of any pack. Invariably they'll be wet. Till then, take care of yourself.